Hello everybody, welcome back to Prison Architect Psych Ward. In this episode, we're going to talk about socialism, because this is the first official video of Kame. So, what socialism means is that you seize the means of production, right? Everyone knows that. It's the basic definition. If you don't know that, you're stupid. But what some socialists believe, actually no, I think I'm going to go with what I believe here. I'm going to go with that we should have a system where there's UBI, Universal Basic Income, which means that everyone gets paid a certain amount of money depending on their family size. Let's just go with an example. If there's one person in a family, they get paid, I don't know, $1,000 a month. Two people in a family, $2,000 a month. Three people, $3,000, so on and so forth. It would do that until it probably reaches 5. But here's another thing. They will have that amount of money no matter what, and it will cover food costs if they want to buy at least, I don't know, $100 worth of food, their electricity bills, water bills, health care. That way they don't have to worry about it themselves. And so they wouldn't have to worry about paying an electricity bill or a water bill and risk going to prison like this. Boom, I just wrapped it into this video. You can thank me later. But that's one thing that I believe. But if someone buys a car, say like, I don't know, Ferrari or even a Ford, they will get however much it costs a month to pay for that car. They will get each month that they get their UBI, that much money will be taken out. That way there is still incentive to work. Like, they wouldn't get paid so much to where they could live like kings, because no one likes kings. That's not socialism. Everyone gets paid at least enough to live so they don't have to do anything, and they would get that amount of money. But if they buy a car, that money gets taken off, so incentives to work will still be ahead. That way, no one's not working in risk of, failing system. But what I also think, we got the UBI taken care of. Now I think of, what is it? I can't remember what I was gonna say. It was, oh yeah, the socialist workplace. The socialist workplace would have it to where they're basically cooperatives. Existing companies at the moment, like, I don't know, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, I don't know, any company that you can think of is real big, Amazon. What would happen to them is that they would have to, I can't remember quite, but they would have to pay a certain wage and that they cannot go over. Basically, I don't know. They have to have good working conditions because people can just leave if they don't want to work there. Or automation could kick in for Amazon, and Coca-Cola and Pepsi, automation could kick in because they already don't have a lot of workers, so to speak. And yeah. Now, one person in here, if I can remember, it was you. This man right here, the cuddly Jack Cutmore, was the CEO prior to his crimes. CEOs, they would be allowed to stay, but all they could, but there can't be any shareholders in a company. Shareholders, well, there can't be any like outside shareholders of a company. The shareholders are the workers. The workers decide on what happens. If they do not do that, then the company does not get funded, and it loses benefits. Like, it won't receive, like, the money, it will get taxed unless something happens. I think that's a little reasonable, but things gotta happen for change. I got my own little paper here. Not really a paper, but yeah. That's basically it. But with new companies forming, what would happen is that new companies that form have to be cooperatives or not very regulated, but more regulated normal businesses. Like, if you're starting out as petty bourgeois, which is you own the means of production and you work, but you have a business, you're basically self-employed. An entrepreneur is a petty bourgeois. And having them actually helps society function for new innovation ideas. That way the government can fund what is necessary and what is not. The government would fund anything that would go to furthering society and not furthering incentives like, oh, look at that, it's a new iPhone. Look at that, it's a new Samsung. Look, a new clothing options, new whatever you can think of. No ad. Oh, look, it's a Facebook ad. Oh, it's a YouTube ad. Those kind of things. You don't want those. So anything that could further society would be businesses that would be funded, sir. Which I think that's a reasonable thing. I think it's reasonable to fund things that would help society rather than just helping individuals. Because you gotta do things that help. I don't see iPhone X as helping people, because they're $1,000 each, because Apple practices sweatshops over in China, which is a communist nation, but I wouldn't say so now. They're more led by the Communist Party and then use capitalists. They're more of like a one-party capitalist nation, so to speak. What the heck is he doing? There we go. Which I think, yeah, let's get on. Now we've talked about businesses and all the means of production and all that. Let's get on to prisons and how we could fix them. So, one thing I'm thinking is that the death penalty would be issued for murders and people who severely injure people. There would be some sort of a trial that way to determine that, oh, was it really this person? Was it self-defense? Yada, yada, yada. Because if it's murder and self-defense, well, then you gotta see if, okay, how much danger was he really in? Could he have prevented it? But, if you can, preventing it in the moment, you don't really think of that. You're just worried about staying alive, which is very reasonable. Is he beating up stuff again? I swear that... But prisons here, what I like to have here is simplistic. People do not deserve such crazy cells. They don't deserve having all this fancy stuff. If they're good, maybe, but still, depending on what your crime is, you might receive more stuff in your cell than others. So if we look at our prisoners here, we got Black. What did he do? Gross indecency. 10 years. Don't think he should serve that amount of time. I don't think it was that bad. Maybe 3 years. 5. What did he do? Armed robbery. 16 years. 10. Possession with intent to supply. Sure. Death by dangerous driving. Yes. I'll go with that. What else do we got? Conley. Insider trading. Yeah. Wait. What kind of CEO? Conley was CEO, probably the FBI tracking down a cheese festival wearing nipple tassels, wheeling stash of cash, co-workers, and depending on what kind of business he was running, he should be in there longer. This guy, local farm. I'm just gonna assume that he was an agricultural man, part of probably CHS, that decided to defect and get out of that cooperative, and then ended up destroying his life. So, what the heck? Why? There we go. Let's see. Gosh, it's easy to get them. But anywho, what else we got? That's right, the fancy schmancy places. Oh, I need to put in water supply. Sorry that I haven't been building a lot, but that wasn't really that's not really the intent of Kame here. The real intent is just to inform you about this one, and then maybe do stuff in the next episode. And yeah, I'll probably do a lot more in the next upcoming videos. But anywho, let's get back to socialism. What would happen is that funding for prisons, people would just be kept in there to be kept. The guards were depending on, like, is this maximum security? It would be more of a justified system on the amount of guards you would have. Sorry, got the sniffles. But the guards would have to be justified on how many would be needed to actually control a riot if it broke out. That it feels like that should be the way to go. Like, what are the chances of a riot, and if a riot does break out, how many people are in the prison, and how many cops will it take to subdue them? What's in the prison that would factor into the, like, if there are a lot of infirmaries, I would have a lot of syringes. Are there a lot of cutting workshops where people can get metal? Stuff like that. How many kitchens? How easy is it to get into the kitchen? How many guards are guarding the kitchen? The chances of a riot, and if a riot breaks out, that should be the factor. All those. Because you would want, if you can control a riot, you could probably control the smaller things within the prison. I saw that, dude. You're not getting away with that. Search. No, wait. Search him. Yes, there we go. Yeah, a knife. I'm pretty sure it was him. Yep. Oh wait, what? What? It looked like a knife to me. Anywho, good thing we caught that man. Pretty good. What the heck happened over here? But yeah. Food. People should. There shouldn't be exotic foods. Like, they should not have 3 square meals a day, because a lot of people can barely get that. And like said, depending on the crime that they committed, would that be justified to give them less food? Like, if they robbed a food bank, maybe not give them too much food. If they murdered someone, they would probably already be electrocuted by then, unless you're in Texas, and they're probably hanged. If you're in old France, you're probably guillotine. I mean, that's the wrong word. Shut up with that. I hear it. But like, it feels like all of this I've supplied, we can fund it. But how much is that taken away from the taxpayer? How much do ordinary people have to pay in order to keep all these people locked up? Murderers, feels like there is quite a bit of them, so it feels like it'd be justified to give them a death penalty. Yes, it takes a lot of electricity, but who's paying for it, you know? Like, if we're looking at the contraband in here, you would limit the amount of usage people would have in the prison, which is probably what I might start doing with this prison. I might actually start fixing it up the socialist way. But we don't have a lot of capital, so, you know, it's going to be hard. Because capital is what drives everything. I don't know how long I've been recording. Don't know how long it takes for me to talk. So, I'm just going to assume I've said enough about my ideas here. And hopefully you agree. If you'd like me to make videos on my ideas of socialism, which I'm planning on doing sometime, not this month, or even probably next month, but sometime maybe this year, probably towards the end, I'm going to make a video discussing what I think my socialism is, because I have a paper that I'm writing, and whenever I can, mostly at school, that I've been working on for a while, that discusses like how would we change the government, UBI, gun control, outsourcing jobs, all that stuff. There we go. But yeah, I have all that in there, and hopefully I'll have it done by towards the end of the year when I start 9th grade. So I think this is enough for this video. Sorry that there weren't any cuts, but hopefully you enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll probably talk about some more stuff in the next episode. Hopefully you enjoyed International Workers' Day yesterday, and goodbye.